There's been a whole thing so far this offseason about Sixers fans sharing mock drafts of who they're going to draft at 16, and then people saying, oh, well, don't worry about it. We're not going to keep that pick. We're trading that pick. So at this point, we have the number 16 pick in the draft, and unfortunately, the NBA draft is before free agency, so we're not going to know who we have a shot to sign until after the draft occurs. So at this point, are you in favor of keeping the pick or trading it?
Um, I would say trading for the simple fact that everything has been about free agency and creating cap space and creating space to sign free agents, creating space to bring in someone via trade. I think if that's been the talk and that's the priority, and they've said that, from everything from my understanding, that's been the priority. I don't know why I don't know why trading it wouldn't be the priority with this pick.
Yeah. Before I get started, let me ask you a question too, Eric. Do you know why the NBA has it scheduled this way instead of the NFL? Because the NFL, the draft happens after free agency starts because you get to see who you got and who you didn't get. Whereas with this, it makes it a little harder to wheel and deal your draft picks based on who you already signed in free agency, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think in my personal opinion, and I don't know this to be a fact, I think with how much longer the NBA season goes into the summer, if you did free and you can't really do free agency until the NBA season's over.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA offseason for most teams is longer than postseason is longer than the NFL as far as postseason.
Yeah.
Most NFL teams in a week are finished. Whereas NBA, most teams are going 2+ weeks.
Yep.
And then you got more teams going to another 2 weeks, and you got 2 more weeks, and then you got 2 weeks after that. So the fact that it's multiple teams going a long time, you can't have free agency before, right after that, because people are going to claim they have a disadvantage because they're still playing. So, but if you have the draft after, you're pushing the draft all the way until August or the end of August, and it kind of messes up everything. And the new calculations for the season are what, July 1st, where the new NBA season starts.
Yeah.
So I believe that they wanted to maybe have all of that done before the new quote unquote financial season starts.
Interesting.
Is my
Yeah.
guess. So I don't even think it's a draft versus free agency as much as it is have everything done for the new season so you can go into it knowing how much you're going to spend or how much you can't spend.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because if you now all of a sudden you have free agency and they already told you that budget, you go to free agency and you take up all your cap space to where's the space going to be for your draft? And then making trades for that draft, it just makes it harder because of where that cap is. And the NFL is different because a lot of those deals they can cut people and make more cap space and all that stuff and maneuver it around, where the NBA isn't set up like that.
Yeah, I think the NFL I think they just hold a certain number, like allotment for their draft picks. So okay, like this last $6.5 million is dedicated for our draft. We can't go below that type thing.
Yeah, I mean, but they have to do that because they have so many more draft picks also.
Yes.
They go six, 7 rounds, whatever, 6 or 7 rounds. And if NBA goes 2, and you know on a normal draft, you're getting 2 picks. One guaranteed, one isn't. But what if you make you make a deal or something like that? Yeah, it is slotted to be like that, but that's just my guess is just that it sets everything up for the financial season to go if you do it before.
Yeah.
And then it takes you into free agency, so you already know we got this draft pick, and here's where he's slotted, and here's where we are via free agency.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it puts a team like us in kind of a more of a bind because we don't know who we're going to get, who we're going to strike out on. So it's hard to make picks or trades.
I'm not against the draft being afterwards. I just think if we do that, then free agency needs to move up.
Yeah. I think you swap them.
So free agency moves up, but you also moving into what's become a huge deal now in NBA Summer League. What are you going to do with that?
Yeah,
you're going to push that back into football season?
I guess you can just swap them. Can you just swap them? Can you just make the draft on July 3rd, and then have the free agency start on the 26th?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You can do that, but what I'm saying is but Summer League now is starting the 3rd.
July. Yeah, that's true.
So
July,
you're pushing all that stuff back.
Yeah. You have to push. Yeah, they have to do some work.
Yeah, and then people would have to be at their respective homes and facilities to make all that happen. So it changes the whole outlook of how things are done during the summer. And that's become a moneymaker. Summer leagues, I live in Vegas. Well, that is, it's so many people come out here for the summer leagues and meetings and players and celebrities. It's become a really, really big thing.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like June 26th is the draft. June 30th is free agent negotiations can begin with players not on your own team. July 1st is the official start of free agency. And then July 6th, Sacramento Summer League begins. So that's 10 days from the time of the draft. So if you do it the opposite right now, that would only be a 5-day difference. So, yeah.
You have to push it back 5 days to make it even. Back to the original question. Just looking at the goals overall, and that's to win a championship this upcoming year and to be competitive for championships, at least for right now, the goal for the foreseeable future for Joel's window, right? So I don't really buy how bad the draft is. We've heard that, but we've heard drafts are great, and then not a lot of great guys came out of it. We heard drafts were bad, and some really talented guys came out of it. So I don't buy the whole this draft's bad. Maybe the top end talent's not as great as it's been in previous years, but for a team like the Sixers, I don't think that really hurts us that much because we're looking for NBA ready players now who are ready to compete and get minutes now on a contending team. So whereas other teams might be going for younger, higher ceiling players, we'll be going for we don't care about the age. We want just guys who are ready to play right now. So I like guys like Devin Carter, De Silva, Jacoby Walter, and even Filipowski if they want to go for a backup big. But those are the guys that are more NBA ready, but are they ready to get minutes on a championship team? I don't know that. So if you look at teams like the Mavericks and Celtics, I think they have one young player on both teams that's actually getting meaningful minutes. That would be Lively, right? Everyone else.
Hardy's been
Hardy's young.
Yeah.
Hardy's young too.
How many minutes is Hardy averaging though? Is he averaging
He's getting about 10 minutes a game. He's getting 10 minutes a game.
Okay.
Yeah, he took the minutes that basically Exum and Hardaway were getting.
Okay.
He just hasn't
been getting some minutes.
He just hasn't been in there the whole playoffs like Lively has.
Yeah. I'm talking about
last two series he's been the last two series he's been getting consistent minutes. So I would say that he's the second guard off the bench after I believe it's Green. He's the second guard off the bench.
Yep.
Yeah. But I guess if I'm capping at 20, 25 minutes per game, Lively would be the only major, top 6 player on either team. Celtics, forget about it. They're they're top heavy veteran team. I just think that if you're going for that, and I'm just saying I don't want to trade it just to trade it. If you're getting a guy who's a veteran who's going to be a major contributor on a team on a good contract and make a move. But I don't like the whole just trading it just to not have it, just get out of a bad draft. I don't agree with that. I want to go for a guy.
I'm just saying if all I'm saying is if we're getting the guy that's not going to play, what because we're not in the development mode.
No,
we're not in developing. So what are we doing here if it's a guy that's not going to play?
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't want to go for a
draft guys. I know you draft guys thinking that they can contribute. And if you find a guy that's like that and he's a situation, a position guy, then great. Maybe he's a what you're looking for. I don't know, whatever that need may be. I mean, you can, Lively. I mean, you look at what he's done, and since you brought him up, and Oklahoma City drafted him and then traded him to the Mavericks. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, but Lively's impact with the Mavericks would be different if he played for someone else.
Yes.
They don't really have guys that drive in there and throw you lobs. Like, their team isn't set up like that. With Philly, let's just say Philly. If he played with Philly, it wouldn't be the same.
No.
So sometimes it's who you are and what you're doing, but it's also where you're at.
Yeah, it's true.
What if it's drafting a guy like Bronny to try to lure his father over? I mean, what if it's like something like that? That's developmental. I mean, although they say they don't want him to play in a two-way contract, so it's gonna be interesting to see.
Well, Rich don't want him to play in a two-way contract because he already has I would imagine he already has a deal with someone. So someone's going to draft him.
Yeah.
Whether they're getting LeBron or not, like, somebody's going to draft him. If getting LeBron is possible, I'm sure it's 2 or 3 teams out there that would take that chance.
Mm-hmm.
Take that chance to sign Bronny. I mean, draft Bronny and see if LB come. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Especially in the second round pick. Now, the first round pick, it gets a little dicey whether you want to do that. But in the second round pick, oh yeah, if the later he goes, you'll see more and more teams be like, okay,
should we
take a shot?
Yeah,
take a shot and see where it go and figure it out later. So I expect him to get drafted.
We got 41. It's not that late in the second.
I mean, do I think the Sixers would do it? Yeah, I think they would do it. My concern is if you draft him and then LeBron doesn't come.
Yeah, that's a big strikeout.
Philly's a tough place for that.
Yeah,
Philly's a tough
punch.
Yeah,
because knowing Philly, they'll take it out on his son that he didn't come.
That's what all I'm saying is Philly's a tough place for that. That's all I'm saying.
Man, that kid's not going to like basketball after a couple of years of getting yelled at and taking it out that his dad never came. Oh man!
Now you can go out there and ball and change the whole narrative. Now it really don't matter where you at if that happens.
Yeah,
But I just for Bronny's sake, I feel he's going to get drafted. I hope that he's able to go out there and do what he's most believe he's capable of doing, and go out there and earn it on his own right, so the narrative can change. So I hope for his sake that happens.
Yeah.
Some recent mock drafts have Bronny going in the first round now, so we'll see. We'll see if that happens.
I think some of that's the smoke screen. Not that I don't think people would take him in the first round. I just think that there's some people. It's a lot of stuff going out there that either moves or. It's a lot of rumors. You don't really hear many rumors about a guy that's in most predictions are a second round pick. But you hear so many rumors around it because it's the narrative of LB also. So
yep.
And that's what I'm saying. Like it's been about that's what it's been about. Like, because LeBron said it from the beginning, I want to play with my son. So him saying that kind of layered out everybody to believe that
drove
that's still the plan.
Yeah.
Even though they've come publicly and denied it now. But I'm sure that's, that's probably LeBron's goal more than it is Bronny's goal. I think Bronny's goal was probably let me play in the NBA.
Yes.
LeBron's like let him NBA with me. You know what I'm saying? So for their sake, it'll be good to see. For me, it'd be good to see. I was able to see Ken Griffey and his dad, so it'd be good for me to see it.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Wilkins brothers played. I don't know if they played the same time, or maybe Gerald was done when his son came out. But it would be good to see. I mean, it's exciting.
Yeah.
They ain't let them get on the court at the same time. That's pretty exciting. That's historic.
We do already have a relationship with Clutch Sports, with Maxie being represented by Rich Paul and them. So I mean, there could be something there. Guess we'll see, because right now everyone thinks Phoenix and LA, because those are the only two teams that apparently he's going to work out for. So guess we'll see what happens with that.
I mean, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, Gerald and Dominique overlapped.
No, Dominique is
brother.
Is the brothers.
Right?
I'm saying Gerald Wilkins and his son.
Oh, you mean
Damian Wilkins?
Damian.
Yes. Did they overlap?
Ooh, I don't think so. Let me see though.
Shout out Damian Wilkins, former Sixer.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't make it.
It was close though, right?
2004 was Damian's. Yeah, 99. You got 5 years away.
Okay. Well, that's not as close as I thought. I thought it was closer than that.